Okay, guys. So I've had I've had a few questions from my friends on how they should play For Honor and specific characters. Um, and I can only give them a little bit of a description on theirs because I don't usually play the ones that they're asking about, but I do know the ones that I play well. So I figured I'd do some uploads of some tutorials for specific characters for the game and what gear I run, not specifically the name of them, but like what stats increase it and whatnot. Also, the tactics I use for them. So let's go ahead. Today we're going to be looking at Shugoki, and he is the heavy for the samurai. So, as you can see, I am Reputation 1 in multiple characters. Um, as the Raider, the Warlord, the Valkyrie, and the Shugoki. I would probably say that the heavies are my favorite. That's usually what I play as in most games where it involves, certain classes where it's assassin, light, heavy, medium. I usually go heavy. That's my style. So I have maxed out his things throughout playing through the Reputation because he was so much fun. So let's go ahead and go into him, and I'll show you what I run for him. Um, so I have... Let's start off with the help. So I run Exhaustion Recovery for him. Okay? The reason why is because debuff resistance, I don't really care for. They're still super strong no matter what. Even if you have a lot of debuff resistance, bleed damage from the Peacekeeper or the Nobushi is still going to do some damage to you. Revenge Mode Duration, it's alright for him, but he's more focused on to trying to get them finished before he even needs to do Revenge Mode. So I go for Exhaustion Recovery because his swings, which you do heavy most of the time, are very, they take a lot of stamina away. So you end up losing all of your stamina quickly, so you have to, wait a second to get it back. So I do a lot of Exhaustion Recovery, so that way I don't have to wait as long in time to give them enough. It decreases the time gap that they can come in and do a lot of damage to me rather. I run Sprint Speed for him because he's so slow. So giving him sprint speed gets him into the fight a lot faster. Execution health regen, I really don't care for because he has another ability that I'm going to get into that gives him health back if you land it. Block damage. I don't like to run block damage on most of my characters because if you're hitting them in the blocked area, then you're giving them a higher opportunity to parry you. I don't like that. I don't like that very much. Also, he has this one ability that's super easy to trigger, where it's unblockable unless they parry, so why would you want block damage if you can just do the unblockable? This one, I ran with block damage for a little bit. It was alright. I mean, if you run high attack, and then high block damage, and then high revenge attack, you can do some serious damage to, the Warlord, or, the Conqueror, who have that one ability where they're able to block from all directions. That's pretty good to counter them, but I don't like to do that because it's not every single situation. So I like to run with this, but I keep this offhand just in case if I want to change my mind. I run with Stamina Regen for sure. Stamina Regen is kind of my most important, it's a staple for every character. I run Stamina Regen for every single character pretty much, just because it's so good. Why would you go for more revive speed? And another thing for Shugoki I'm going to tell you is that his first ability is a passive that gives him quick revive speed. So, I mean, If you want to run a revive speed build where you run really fast and you revive everybody, that's great, but that's not really what Shugoki is all about. So I run this revive first perk just because that's the one that's, I guess, most useful in situations, because it gets rid of the need for revive speed on my arms. Block damage resistance, I don't really care for. I mean, it's at the normal amount. So I run stamina regen, also because he uses a lot of stamina, so I do that, so that way it's easy to keep swinging, so you don't have to, like, be very, very precise. You can bludger the enemy to the point where they get scared and they, you know, like, make mistakes. That's what I like to do with Shugoki. I run revive speed arms sometimes whenever I'm playing with friends, and then I run full sprint speed, and this is in skirmish matches, so that way you can get the boots to run really fast. I do that because it's really fun to mess around with the enemy team, but it's not a good tactic if you're running alone. If you're running with teammates, sure. If not, definitely go for the stamina regen. I run full attack. I run full attack for pretty much every single character. I don't see a point to not do full attack. Okay, so right now, if you can see, my attack is really high, but my defense is about half, while my stamina cost reduction is at the normal. That's what those 3 lines are right there. That's the normal. If I were to put it on default, it would go back to those 3 lines. That would be the normal. So we're going to call that the default. Let's say that. So I run less defense, default stamina cost reduction. Why do I do that? Because the defense, you take slightly more damage if you have less, but if you run less stamina cost reduction, which is very big for heavies, then your swings, you don't get a lot of swings out there. So I might swing and hit them twice and get them to near dead, which is what Shugoki I do with this full attack build. I then don't have enough to use a light attack to finish them off real quick. It doesn't get that execution, but it's really quick. It's just heavy attack, then stop, light attack. And it's very quick. It's very quick. So I run full attack with half defense, default stamina cost reduction. That's what I do. Okay, so for Shugoki, I run revenge gained by defense high, so that way I can just take a few hits blocking, and then I get my revenge mode quickly. The revenge mode defense I don't really care for on him specifically. Because I don't want to, like, get hit a lot. He's a big character, so he gets hit a lot. That's easy. But I want to get my revenge quickly. So whenever I'm fighting 3 people and I block a bunch of their attacks, I get my revenge mode. I then do my sideways sweep, my zone attack, where I right zone attack, hit them all, deal a lot of damage. I then, my revenge mode goes out because my revenge duration isn't that great. But then I block a few more times because I haven't killed them all. Then I get my revenge mode again. And I swing an attack and I hit them all and I kill them. Zone attacks. He's very good at zone attacks, especially whenever you're against multiple characters and you have revenge mode. So that's what I do. I do normal feat cooldown reduction. That's just what I run right now because I like to have the bow. He has a long bow that you can pull out, which is, you know, really good, that you can get out and then someone's running away, and Shugoki, even though I have high sprint speed, I can't catch up to them, especially peacekeepers or any type of assassin, so I use the bow to finish them off while they're running away. So that's why I keep feat cooldown reduction at the default. Here we go. So I have 2 different maxed out pommel pieces. So the first one, revenge mode attack with half throw distance with default revenge gained by injury. Okay, the revenge gained by injury, I like that because he has this ability where if he gets hurt, he starts to take more damage. So you want that so you can try and get your revenge mode and knock him on the ground and hit him. Revenge mode attack, this is what I was talking about before, how you're fighting 3 other people, and you're block, get revenge mode, zone attack, so that revenge mode attack, at the max it can be as a blue, and then you have max attack as a blue. That damage is so severe. It's like 75% of most characters' health with a zone attack. It's ridiculous. It's so good. So that's what I like to do at most situations. Now, I've tested this. This is dumb. The throw distance, the high throw distance, um, it does not affect how far. Whenever Shugoki has this guard break, where he guards breaks you, right triggers, and what he does is he kind of what I call a baseball bat. He baseball bats you, hits you under the chin, and then you fly backwards. Now, the arc from you going off the ground, going down onto the ground again is not affected, but how far you slide once you hit the ground again, that's what throw distance affects. So you can be far away, and people are like, "Oh, this isn't that. This is pretty far away from the ledge. He's not gonna hit me off with the baseball bat." Well, here's the thing: full throw distance, baseball bat you. He hits the ground, he's not worried, but then he keeps sliding, and then he falls off the map. Now, that's a scummy way to play. I don't usually like to play it that way, but it's super fun whenever you're playing against AIs in a skirmish match or an elimination match. Elimination match for sure. It's so much fun. But I usually run the revenge mode attack. Okay, so now that we've gone through all the gear, let's go ahead and look at the abilities that I run. Okay, first off, the speed revive. So that way I don't have to worry about really slow revives for my characters, and having no revive speed on my perks. I like to run this, but you have Iron Lungs where you can still sprint when you're out of stamina. I don't like that. I don't like to run away from fights, really. I'm not about that. That's why I like the heavies. You keep staying in, you pummel them. Throw farther, throw enemies farther. This is what I run whenever I run my throw distance. This makes a huge difference as well, because it's not a set amount of distance like meters or feet or however you want to determine it. It's percentage of your throw distance. So it increases it even more. So the higher your throw distance, this will increase it even farther because it's a percentage. So that it makes it a ridiculous amount. That being said, I run speed revive on my normal. Rock steady. It's a passive. You cannot be stumbled or unbalanced by parries and throws. This is so key for Shugoki. People love to parry him. People love to try and throw him. This is so key to make sure you stay on your feet, because if he falls down, you're kind of done. If you're at half health, you're done. They're gonna kill you. It's super, super easy to do. If you're Shugoki and you get thrown to the ground and you're at half health, they're gonna kill you then, if they take the initiative. So I like to run rock steady so I don't get knocked down. Now, this does not affect when you're out of stamina. If you're out of stamina, you are going to fall over. It's guaranteed, by parries and by throws. Out of stamina is not affected by this rock steady effect. Okay. You also have smoke bomb. I don't like to use this at all, because then you're out of lock and then everyone's confused, and most times I get fucked. So I like to use rock steady. Juggernaut. You're slowed and gain high damage reduction. This is very key in matches where the enemy team is running as a 4-person group and you're Shugoki. You can deal a lot of damage, but you can't take a lot of damage because of that one hidden ability where you get hit, you lose your kind of stance, and then you take more damage. So Juggernaut is really, really good perk for this, to kind of mess up those wolf packs. That's what I call them. I call them the wolf packs. But I generally run rock steady, so that way whenever the wolf pack comes at me and they try to throw me or they try to parry me, doesn't bother me, because then I go into revenge mode, I do my zone attack, hit them all, they're all freaking out. It's really good. Okay, so I run the longbow. Fire longbow for moderate damage. Now this longbow, I'm gonna give you an example. It does about 70% of damage to most enemies. It takes away 70% of their health, most of them. Now, the Peacekeeper, any assassin, maybe like 75. But it's pretty set on 70%. Now that is a significant amount of damage to do right away. Now here's a little thing that people don't know. If you hold down the down D-pad button for this character, some other characters not in the same slot. This one, it's the down D-pad button. Hold down the down D-pad button, then you can use the right stick to aim it from a long distance. If you're sitting on top of a tower, in Dominion or something, and you see a teammate fighting it's a 2v1, and your teammate is losing, but he's in revenge mode. You can sit up there without using guard mode, down D-pad button to hold down the skill, use the right stick to aim, right trigger to fire the bow, and you can shoot one of the guys from a distance. This has made a significant help for teammates in Dominion. It's so good. Okay? I just want to say that the longbow is really, really good, and I love it for Shugoki. I don't see a lot of people running it. They should. It helps out a lot, especially with when people are running away. You can keep the guard mode on, and it'll auto-lock, just fire it real quickly, and there goes most of their health. Or they're pretty much dead. Usually if they're running away, they're pretty much dead. You have the punch through, which is the deal damage on blocked attacks. That's good, I guess, if you're running a blocked damage build. I don't like to play that way, but this guy, if you're running full attack, full revenge attack, and then block damage, and then you run punch through, holy shit, can you wreck some people? I'm telling you. Especially some warlords that think they're going to be able to block everything, they'll get destroyed. I'm telling you. Just hit them with the light attack, heavy attack, heavy attack. Done. I'm telling you. Hard to kill. Passive. Losing health increases your damage reduction. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is compensating for the one ability where you lose your stance, you take more damage reduction. I don't like to play that way. I like to play the way where I expect to lose that, so I have to be smart about it, to try and not lose it. This is preparing to die, is the way I see it. I don't like to prepare to die. I like to prepare to kill the enemy. So, I run with the longbow in my third slot. That's what I like. Okay. Staggering blow. Heavy attacks cause enemies to fall. I will tell you what. This is broken. This is so good. This is so good for Shugoki. It's ridiculous. 3 enemies against you, fighting you all at once. You're not really able to block them that much. Use staggering blow. You see them coming at you, use staggering blow. Then, they get all around you, zone attack them. Hit them all. They fall down. They all fall down, you go after one of them, hit them with the unblockable over the head heavy attack, boom, that one's dead. Move on to the next one. Keep doing this. This lasts for a good amount of time. It lasts for a good, 25 seconds. You can destroy entire wolf packs if you use this staggering blow right. I'm telling you, it's super good. I suggest running this. Now, saying that, you have Aerostorm. Everyone knows Aerostorm. It's in multiple characters, okay? Aerial attack that deals medium damage in multiple areas. Okay. It says medium damage in multiple areas, but the thing is, it shoots 3 circles in a line 3 times. So it goes, as an example here, I'll keep this up so you can read that. 3 circles right there in this line, then 3 up, then 3 up. Medium damage. The thing is, these 2 lines are enough to kill a character. So this is just another one if they're trying to run away. So they're, let's say, you're here, and here's your enemy. They're about to run this way. You go here, and you aim here with the aerial storm, and it goes boop, 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 and your enemy, as the arrows are coming down, are in the line of fire, and they die. It can destroy full teams of 4. Now, this does damage to your enemies as well. This has friendly fire, and it can kill your teammates easily as well as your enemies. So be careful with that. So this can also destroy wolf packs. I'm telling you. Other characters have this ability as well. Now, here's Regenerate. This I don't like very much because I usually, whenever I'm playing in Skirmish or Elimination or Dominion, if I'm low health, I'm going to run to a point, get some health back. In Skirmish or Elimination, if I'm low health, I'm going to run to the health boost thing, get some health back. Or you can use Shugoki's ability, which I'm going to show you, where he will tackle an enemy, pick them up, put them on their shoulder, and if you connect that pickup, you will deal some damage to them, and you will gain a significant amount of health back. I'm going to say like 30%. It's super good. It's all he's based around. So I don't like to run that, because I'm usually always in the fight. So I like to run Staggering Blow. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at his moveset. Okay? Passive, uninterruptible stance. This is what I've been talking to you about. Has a permanent uninterruptible stance. The stance is consumed if Shugoki gets hit or guard breaked. When stance is consumed, Shugoki takes more damage. That's what I was talking about, where his stance is consumed, it's taken away whenever he's hit, and then he takes more damage. So this is very key to get into the fight and make sure you make the first contact hit. Because then after that, you're kind of at a disadvantage at the slightest. The way I build my character is that way I don't have to worry about that, really. Uninterruptible stance recovery. Passive uninterruptible stance effect regenerates after a few seconds. So it will come back, but you're still taking more damage. It takes longer when out of stamina, on hits, or blocking. So when you're in the fight, it's hard to get this back. Unless if you stay away when you have full stamina and everything. Enhanced light attacks. Light attacks are not interrupted on block. Light attacks are still interrupted on superior block, which is the Warlord and the Conqueror's downward blocking, where they block from all directions. That still gets blocked. Demon's Embrace. You gain health on a hit, but lose some if you miss. When in a critical stance, Demon's Embrace always kills the opponent. Your uninterruptible stance is consumed. So, this is Demon's stick plus X. You will then charge forward and try to pick up the enemy. If you pick them up, you will get health back and deal damage to them. Now, down here, Demon's Embrace. Get out of here, heavy attack cancel. Critical state. This is not meaning like whenever you're at like 20% health and your bar is flashing red. This is at like 5 health, okay? So some people run the tactic where they purposely miss people 3 times before they go into a fight, and then go into a fight, they're at critical, pick up a person at full health, and instantly kill them. I don't like to do that, because sometimes people are really good at dodging. Say, assassins. They're really hard to try and pick up. You have to be very careful with them and try to box them against a wall or something to the side, and then pick them up that way. Anyways, that skill makes people rage. I've gotten a lot of messages over Xbox saying that I'm a cheater because I use that. I've had that ability happen where they've hit me, and then I missed with a charge, and then I blocked a few of their shots. They run out of stamina, and then I charge again, and I pick them up, and I instantly kill them. That's this guy's thing. The thing is, though, you're dealing more damage to me whenever I'm out of the stance. So, heavy attack cancel. Heavy attacks can be canceled into Demon's Embrace during startup. This gets people every time. You're sitting there, you right trigger attack, then you down left stick X, and then you're charging. And they don't know what to do because they're trying to block. And then you get them picked up, and then they're damaged. It's super good at tactic. Charge with the Oni. This is so dumb. Whenever you're on a bridge or anything and you see multiple characters trying to, throw your teammate off, but they're counter guard breaking, all you gotta do is, this is gonna knock your teammate down, and it may knock them off the bridge as well. But if you're talking with the person and you're in the party, just be like, run my way. You then charge with the Oni, which is right here, not in guard mode, where you're running, you're sprinting, and you hold A, or you press A rather. And then you charge forward, takes 70% of your stamina away, but then you knock people to the side. And they can fall off, and then they're done. It's a good way. I like to do that whenever in 1v1s. Knock them to the ground, get some distance away from them, so that way they don't try to charge and guard break me or something. Zone attack. If you swing from left or right with a zone attack, you can press B to cancel it. That's a good way to trick people up. That's called essentially a feint to cancel attacks. Okay. Oh, my bad. Charging heavy attack. This is the unblockable heavy attack that I talked about. All you have to do is hold right trigger in whatever direction that you're looking at, and it's unblockable but parryable. Okay? Bash smash. Right bumper, right trigger. So that's a light heavy. Bone crusher heavy heavy. Crashing thunder. Not in guard mode. You're running forward and you right trigger and you do a sweep and it takes out a lot of dudes. Charge of the Oni, we talked about that, where you're running forward and you knock people over. Demon's Embrace, that's the pickup. That's the backbreaker, as we call it. Now, Demon Ball. Hold on. Get that out of there. I want you to focus on Demon Ball. This is the baseball bat. Okay? While in guard mode, you press X to guard break, then right trigger heavy attack, and it baseball bats them away from you. It gets you good distance. What I like to do, okay, I like to move around, get my enemy so that their back is facing a wall. Guard break them, baseball bat. They hit the wall. Then I use Demon's Embrace, which is right here, down left stick, X, to pick them up, deal more damage, and at that point, they're about half health. And I have full health, guaranteed. Okay? I drop them over my back, then I use the charging heavy attack. Overhead swing. Slamming down onto them with my full attack, they're dead. Very quick, very easy tactic. Super good. That's why I have Shugoki at almost 2 reputation, but at that point, I was feeling like I wanted to play another character, so I started playing as the Raider. I'm going to go into all the characters that I have reputation 1s in. I'm not going to do any tutorials on any characters before I get to them to reputation 1. Once I get to reputation 1, then I feel like I have a good sense of how their character is supposed to be played. Not until then. The headbutt. So you're in guard mode, holding left trigger, you light attack or heavy attack, then X, and it's so quick. You headbutt them, and then they're stunned. You know? And then you can right trigger again and hit them again. It's a really good tactic to throw in there. But if you spam that, they're going to know it's coming, and they're just going to dodge to the side. So you need to know how to incorporate which of these attacks into a system where the enemy is not going to be, you know, noticing them as a pattern. You have to be random. You have to be reading the situation and see what they're not going to expect at the time. Okay? This is Shugoki, guys. So, first off, look at that majestic beard. I don't think a dentist has ever gone up in those teeth. I'm very surprised that I spent as long as I did talking about this one character. I was expecting a 4-minute video, but this is quite long. So I really suggest for you guys to go out there and try Shugoki for yourself. He's a super fun character. He's really good at taking on multiples all on his own, but you have to be able to read the situation. You can't just go in and see 3 people and expect to win every time. It's not like that. The times when I talk about how I've defeated 3 people at once, those are 1 out of 20 times. Because, you know, I wasn't reading the situation right, or I get overexcited, but that's what this game is about. It's about going into a situation, if you lose, you learn from it. That's how you learn. You have to lose. So, thanks guys. Please leave a like and a thumbs up. Comment, ask me if there's anything else that you want to know about Shugoki or any of that. If you want to see some videos of me playing him, anything, let me know down in the comments section. Thanks guys. Have a nice day.